When someone hears the names of Jungkook and Kim Taehyung, they may immediately think of the popularity of the music group BTS, the South Korean boy band that has revolutionized the K-pop industry and won the hearts of millions of fans around the world. However, in this article, we will not dwell on stories about the stage, music, or their glorious career achievements. Instead, we will discuss their little-known story, namely their exciting journey after reuniting in the military. South Korea has a conscription policy that requires every eligible adult male to undergo military training for a period of several months to 2 years. In 2023, it's Taehyung and Jungkook's turn to fulfill this obligation. Although they have long since separated from group activities to pursue individual careers, their meeting in the military brings new colors to their life journey. Taehyung, better known as V, and Jungkook, often called Golden Magne, have a close relationship as members of BTS. Nevertheless, the time they spent together in the military brought them even closer, strengthening their bonds of friendship. They met at the Basic Training Center, a place where all future soldiers are taught the values of discipline, cooperation, and mental resilience. According to witnesses from their colleagues, the initial meeting between the two was full of nostalgic fervor. Jungkook, who is known to be cheerful, immediately hugs Taehyung when they meet at the training barracks. Despite being exhausted due to the busy training schedule, the smiles on their faces showed that they were very grateful to be able to share this experience together. Military training is not an easy thing, even for someone with stamina and endurance like Jungkook. Every day, they must wake up before dawn, follow an intense physical routine, and face a variety of mentally and physically testing tasks. Taehyung, with his calm demeanor, is often an encouragement to Jungkook. An interesting story arises when Jungkook has to learn to cook in a military kitchen. He admits that he is not very good at cooking, but with the guidance of Taehyung, who is quite good at cooking, they manage to serve food to their colleagues. "I never thought that cooking rice for 100 people could be this heavy," Jungkook said with a laugh when interviewed by military media in the evenings. After their assignments are done, Taehyung and Jungkook often sit outside the barracks, enjoying a cup of instant coffee, while talking about their lives before the military. They shared stories about their experiences on the world stage, the challenges they faced as idols, and the dreams they wanted to achieve after the military period was over. For Jungkook, the military gave him a new perspective on life. "I'm used to the camera and the busy schedule. But here, I learned about the importance of living simply and appreciating the little things," he said in a diary he wrote while in the military. Taehyung, on the other hand, finds that the military gives him room to reflect. "I've had time to think about who I am outside of BTS. I learned that I am not only an artist, but also an individual who has another role in society," she said. One of the most memorable moments was when the two together planted trees at the military compound as part of an environmental conservation program. For them, this is a symbol of friendship and their small contribution to the world. Hard times often bring people closer together, and that's exactly what happened to Jungkook and Taehyung. When one of them feels tired or hopeless, the other is always there to provide support. Jungkook, with his endless energy, often makes jokes to cheer Taehyung up. Meanwhile, Taehyung, with his wisdom, always knows the right words to motivate Jungkook. Their colleagues in the military often comment on how close their relationship is. "They are like brothers. Even during the most difficult training, they still support and encourage each other," said a fellow soldier who did not want to be named. As time went on, the period of their training in the military approached the end. Taehyung and Jungkook start thinking about their plans after returning to the entertainment world. They agreed that although they would continue with individual careers, they wanted to find a way to continue working together. Jungkook expressed his desire to make a solo album inspired by his military experience. "I wanted to write a song about togetherness, friendship, and the meaning of struggle," she said. Meanwhile, Taehyung talks about art projects he wants to do, including deeper exploration in the world of visual arts and acting. Although they have different paths, both are committed to keeping their relationship close. They even plan to travel abroad together after their military service is over, a trip they refer to as a healing moment. The story of Jungkook and Taehyung in the military is a vivid example of how difficult life experiences can strengthen relationships and provide a new perspective on life. From sweaty days in the barracks to long nights of deep conversation, they find ways to grow, both as individuals and as friends. For their fans, this story is a reminder that behind luxury and fame, there are ordinary human beings who face challenges, seek meaning, and strive to be better every day. Taehyung and Jungkook have shown that true friendship knows no boundaries, and even in the most unexpected places, we can find valuable lessons about life. One of the memorable moments during Jungkook and Taehyung's military life was when they were assigned to a mission in the remote mountains. The mission aims to assist local communities in humanitarian aid programs, such as building basic infrastructure and distributing basic necessities. For several weeks, they had to live in a tent with the rest of the soldiers. Extreme weather conditions, difficult terrain, and lack of facilities are the challenges they have to face. However, instead of complaining, both of them showed incredible zeal and compactness. Jungkook, with his strong physique, often took on heavy tasks such as transporting building materials. Meanwhile, Taehyung shows his leadership side by helping organize tasks and keeping teams' spirit high. They often even entertain the locals by singing Korean folk songs at night. "When we sing together, it reminds me of the days we performed on stage," Taehyung said in an interview. "But this time, we sing not for entertainment, but to bring happiness to those in need." The villagers they helped were very impressed with their humility and hard work. Some of them don't even know that Jungkook and Taehyung are big celebrities before being told by the other soldiers. "They were like ordinary young men who worked hard to help us," said one villager. Night of reflection. As they talk heart to heart after a day of hard work, a night in the mountains becomes a moment of reflection for Jungkook and Taehyung. Sitting around a campfire, they often talk about their dreams, fears, and hopes. "Do you ever feel tired of being someone who is expected to be perfect all the time?" Jungkook asked Taehyung one night. Taehyung nodded. "Of course. Sometimes I feel like the world sees us only as idols. But here in the military, I learned that we're more than that. We are ordinary people who can also make mistakes, feel tired, and need support." Conversations like these not only bring them closer emotionally, but also give them a new perspective on life. They realize that fame and success mean nothing without sincere relationships and meaningful experiences. Memories to take home as their time in the military draws to a close. Jungkook and Taehyung begin preparing to return to the outside world. However, they agreed that their experience in the military is something they will always take to heart. Taehyung talks about how he wants to apply the values of discipline and cooperation he learned during training into his daily life. "I want to be someone who is more responsible, not only for myself, but also for the people around me," she said. Jungkook, on the other hand, said that this experience made him appreciate the little things in life more. "In the past, I used to focus on big things like achievement and recognition. But now, I'm learning that happiness can also be found in simple moments, like eating with friends or watching the sunrise."